Well, do you have any childhood memories, specifically like maybe toys? Baby Alive? Anybody remember Baby Alive? Or Christy the doll? Or maybe it was a certain sled or something that you see that triggers that wonderful memory from a childhood. If you have cherished childhood memories, from life's simple treasures, the next author is going to share a story that's really going to warm your heart. Laurence Haynes, The Rusty Red Wagon. Laurence, come on up. These are big steps. Okay. Laurence, we're so glad that you're here. The Rusty Red Wagon. Let's get you a microphone.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for
Thanks,
being
everyone.
here. Man, we think about childhood memories, and just the book title alone, The Rusty Red Wagon, I mean, conjures thoughts of childhood memories that, whether they're ours or maybe we were pulling our own children in it, what inspired that? What is your Rusty Red Wagon?
Well, actually, this is the 10th children's book that I've written and illustrated. And actually it came from the desire to, even though my daughters are all grown now, and I had the idea to do this as long ago as 30 years ago, it took me until about 8 years ago to finally decide to make this dream come true. I've always loved drawing. Writing is something that I just learned in school. And then about 8 years ago, I started drawing again. And the idea finally came to me that I can do this. I can write these stories that I want to hopefully provide young people, children with faith-filled, positive stories that they can relate to.
So you're weaving this nostalgia in with positive inspiration. How are you doing that?
Well, as a child, I was instilled with Christian values through my mom, my dad, my grandparents, family members. I also went through, like Mr. Kowalski, 12 years of parochial school. I grew up right here in Queens, New York, about a half an hour from here. And so those values stayed with me. My faith is one of the greatest things, greatest gifts my parents ever gave me. So what I wanted to do was kind of pass that on. And the way that I did it is try and relate back to stories, events in my life that I remember. Something I learned in school, maybe a line, even a phrase that I would hear in a homily in the church. And I just wanted to relate these stories. So, because I believe that a parent reading to a child at night before they go to bed is one of the most important things that a parent can do.
And just absorb. What does the Rusty Red Wagon represent?
It's hard to say.
The idea that children are naturally generous and thoughtful and kind, and that they need that brought out by the adults in their lives, by their parents, their grandparents, friends, family. And what this little boy does is, in order to help his mom and dad save their family farm, he gives up his favorite toy, which is a rusty red wagon, and he wants to sell it at the local Thanksgiving fire department sale. And the fire chief there, who knows the family, is so moved by his story that he gives the little boy, he pretends to give the boy money, and he takes the red wagon home and he refurbishes it for the child and gives it back to him as a gesture, because he was so moved by what he wanted to do for his mom and dad. And what he does at that point is he is so grateful, says a prayer to Jesus that if he can get a red wagon back again, then Jesus will get the first bride. That happens for him, and what he does at that point is he decides to, every year, that wagon is going to be returned to the firehouse and given to another child. And that would go on for years and years.
Laurence, there's a lot of symbolism in this. I mean, each sentence you were saying, I'm like, wait a minute, that's sacrificial giving something of no value, but having it returned greater and more beautiful than ever, and paying it forward. I mean, there's so many life lessons in this. It's beauty.
Yeah, that's what I try to relate, and I've tried to do that in all my other books. They're all stories similar, and they're stories that I've remembered in my life growing up. And I just believe that children nowadays are so inundated with the internet and reality TV programs, and parents sometimes spend less and less time with them. And I believe that reading to a child can really, really change that. And also I find that with the stories that I try to tell, that maybe the person reading the book to them can also have that faith or that spirit rekindled in them as adults.
These books work on multiple levels. Thank you, Laurence, so much. Thank you for being here. The Rusty Red Guide.